What stands in the way becomes the way. Every barrier you face isn't a dead end, it's the path itself. In a world that often seems random and unforgiving, history's greatest minds discovered that every obstacle holds the seed of opportunity. Today, you're about to learn 4 transformative principles that reveal how your greatest challenges can become your greatest advantages. The first way: reframe your perception. When an obstacle appears, most of us see only a barrier. But what if you looked at that very blockage as a guide, a signpost pointing you to untapped strength? This is the art of reframing. Imagine a warrior on a battlefield, confronted by an enemy formation so vast it seems impenetrable. Instead of fixating on the size of the threat, he shifts his focus. He sees not a wall to be scaled, but a challenge that will reveal his inner prowess. By altering his perspective, he transforms fear into focus and limitation into a launch pad for creativity. This idea isn't new. Marcus Aurelius once wrote that our perceptions shape our reality. When we view setbacks as opportunities to learn, the very obstacles that once paralyzed us become the fuel for progress. Recognize the moment when your mind spirals into panic or doubt, and instead ask, "What can this teach me?" Embrace that question, and you begin to see that every barrier contains hidden lessons waiting to be unlocked. The second way: embrace adversity as your ally. The moment you start to resent a challenge, you give away your power. True strength emerges when you decide to embrace adversity head on. Consider the blacksmith's fire. What seems destructive at first is, in fact, the heat that forges steel. Picture a young athlete training for a race. Each setback, a misstep, an injury, a loss, could be seen as a defeat. Instead, she harnesses these hardships, letting them refine her technique and sharpen her resolve. In this embrace of struggle, discomfort is not a punishment. It's the crucible that transforms potential into performance. This isn't merely a metaphor. Every time life tests you, it offers a chance to strengthen your character. Instead of avoiding pain or setbacks, lean into them. Let each difficulty become a stepping stone that elevates you to new heights. When you welcome adversity as an essential part of growth, you discover that what once stood in your way is now the very mechanism that propels you forward. The third way: adapt and innovate under pressure. Obstacles force us out of our comfort zones, and it's precisely there that innovation is born. When the conventional path is blocked, you must forge a new route. History is filled with examples of leaders and strategists who turned crisis into a creative breakthrough. Take Sun Tzu's ancient wisdom. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. When faced with a seemingly insurmountable barrier, the art of adaptation becomes paramount. A strategist in battle doesn't only rely on brute force. He repositions, rethinks, and reinvents his approach. This same principle applies to our daily challenges. When your plans fall apart, ask yourself, what new route is emerging from this crisis? Instead of resisting the change, flow with it. Explore unconventional solutions, test new ideas, and let the pressure refine your strategy. In this space, every setback is a signal for innovation, a challenge that forces you to step into creative problem-solving and discover strengths you never knew you possessed. Even the clearest strategy and the sharpest mind can falter without unwavering determination. The final principle is about cultivating an indomitable will, a steadfast resolve to move forward regardless of the odds. Think of the stoic resolve of a samurai facing certain death. In the heat of battle, hesitation is lethal. Instead, he commits fully, allowing his inner strength to dictate his every move. His will transforms the obstacle into a tool, and every threat becomes an invitation to prove his mettle. Bringing it all together, the path is paved by obstacles. These 4 ways: reframing perception, embracing adversity, adapting under pressure, and forging ahead with will, are not isolated ideas. They work in unison to transform every obstacle into an opportunity. When you begin to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as catalysts, the entire landscape of your life shifts. Think about a time when you faced a seemingly insurmountable problem. Perhaps it was a professional setback, a personal loss, or a daunting new venture. In that moment, you had a choice: to see it as the end of the road or as the very path to your next breakthrough. As you integrate these principles into your daily life, you will notice that obstacles gradually lose their intimidating power. They no longer represent something to be avoided, but rather something to be engaged with and mastered. The challenge itself becomes the way forward. Conclusion: embrace the journey. In every moment of hardship lies the seed of possibility. By shifting your perspective, embracing adversity, adapting creatively, and committing with unyielding will, you can transform every barrier into a stepping stone. Remember the timeless truth: what stands in your way isn't your enemy, it's your guide. Each challenge is a hidden opportunity, a chance to discover a strength you never knew existed. As you leave this video, carry with you the conviction that your obstacles are not here to stop you, but to show you the way. Embrace the struggle, harness your inner power, and let every setback be the spark that lights the path to your greatest success. Now go forth with the knowledge that every roadblock you encounter is not the end, but the beginning of a new, more enlightened journey. Let your obstacles shape you, empower you, and ultimately become the way to a better, stronger you.